go with it. I asked him, I said, so tell me about Supreme Court. How many Supreme Court justices do you guys have? 11. How many of them are on your side? 2. I said, how many senators you guys got? 81. How many are on your side? 22. I said, how many congressmen and women do you guys have? 513. How many on your side? 130. Alexandre de Moraes and Lula told him he can't run in 2026 for no reason. You can't run for president in 2026. If the Supreme Court justice here was the same way, 3-6 the other way around, Colorado ballot may have been able to remove Trump off the ballot.
Wait, hold up. Look at how he's trying to simplify that whole thing into one sentence. This is a classic deflection. It's like when someone says it's not a big deal to avoid taking responsibility. Let me tell you, it's always a big deal when people try to brush something off like that. Don't let them get away with it.
Again, if 6 were on the left and only 3 were on Trump's side, they may have said, this guy's not qualified to run. If they were extremist justices that we had, it may be somebody else. It could have been Nikki Haley, could have been DeSantis, could have been somebody else. If the Supreme Court, if he doesn't flip those 3 seats during his first term, dude, this is a very different America today. Very. Obama, in 8 years of being in office, flipped only one seat.
I saw you say that. I saw you say that in 2 terms, Obama flipped 1 Supreme Court seat. In 1 term, Trump flipped 3.
How crazy is that?
And you said that plus the assassination attempt, just the 1 turn of the head, and you attributed that to being evidence of God's hand putting Trump in the White House.
I'm a very skeptical guy. I was an atheist for 25 years. I lived a life that it's very hard to believe in God and all this other stuff. I'm like, there's no way in the world this exists. And by the way, believing in God is a risk you're taking, right? Like getting married is a risk. Starting a business is a risk. Having kids is a risk. Believing in God is a risk. Not believing in God is a risk. There's a risk no matter what direction you go to. And every once in a while, you have to kind of sit there and say, is this just ironic? Or is this really like the man upstairs is trying to protect this country from something? Is this like who knows? For me, I thought it was something that happened that got a guy who is probably not the guy you look at that's going to go be an usher one day, President Trump. You probably don't look at him as being the guy that's going to be doing Bible study every day, 2-3 hours a day, and coming and telling you about Proverbs or Corinthians or whatever it is. He doesn't give me that vibe. I don't know if he gives you that vibe. Doesn't give me that vibe, right? For him to all of a sudden go from that to his approach now being a different approach, he's changed. This is not the Trump of 2020. This is not the Trump of 20. It's a very different Trump right now leading.
Okay. I think that he's very much off his leash. Like the first time around, he had a cabinet.
Pause right there. Did you hear how he said that? It's a classic technique using vague language to avoid getting pinned down. He's throwing out buzzwords that sound impressive, but there's nothing concrete behind them. This is how they distract you by sounding all smooth and intelligent while slipping past the important stuff.
Comprised of people who were largely government veterans, people that were respect. This time around, he's not even concerned with even trying with that. Like, he's got nobody around him that is going to push back on anything that he wants to say or do. Is that fair to say?
It is. But why is that, though? Think about it. So if parents get a divorce, mom says it's all dad's fault. You don't know what dad did. You're like, okay. The other way around. Dad says it's all your mom's fault. Okay? Maybe one parent doesn't blame anybody. Says, look, it's between your mom and I. Ooh, I don't even want to talk about it. It's none of your business. You're the kid. Your mom and I are handling this. Even though mom is talking shit about you, that it's on me. Hypothetically. That's on your pops, right? Okay. Yeah. How long can mom get away with those lies? Forever? No. How long can dad get away? They can't get away forever. Eventually, when you and I grow up, we're like, mom was full of shit. Dad was full of shit. One of them you're going to say, dude, that guy was the guy that was real. Okay. This is where I'm going with this. America gave the left, here, do whatever you want to do. Shut them down. Unessential, non-essential, put your mask on or else. Get your kid off the plane. My daughter's, ma'am, she's 2 years old. She doesn't know. She doesn't want to put the mask on. She can't breathe. You better get your daughter to put the mask on, or else you guys got to get off the plane. We're in first class. Ma'am, what do you want me to do? I'm holding you like this. We're not taking off until... Like, this woman's a dictator. The government empowered her to think she can talk to me like that. Who the hell are you to talk to me like that? You don't get to talk to me like that. But they gave him permission. California, Mayor Villagrosa, I'll give you $200 if you can snitch on who's working that's a non-essential business. I'll give you money if you can snitch on who's going out there that's not supposed to be going out there. Everybody's like, hey, kids should have puberty blockers. Let them do it if they want to. What's wrong with teaching LGBTQ stuff in school? You should do it. And Americans in the middle, they're like, maybe they're right. Maybe they're right. Maybe they're right. 4 years later, they're like, listen, we're so done with your shit that you lost a Kennedy. Who would have ever thought a Kennedy's going to go support a Republican, and not just any Republican, Trump? Who would have thought Tulsi's going to go to the other side? Who thought Rogan was going to go to the other side? Who thought any of these guys are going to go to the other side? They had all of them. And they screwed up and they lost them. And now it goes to them with the lowest level of trust in the U.S. government and mainstream media. And what's happened since then? Don Lemon, gone. The guy from Holter, Lester Holter, is that his name? Lester Holt? Lester Holt, done.
Done at NBC?
They just announced it today.
Wow.
Joy Reid, fired. Mehdi Hassan, fired. Rachel Maddow, once a week. What happened to the mainstream media guys? Comcast, MSNBC's for sale. CNN is for sale. Ain't nobody trying to buy those two companies, those two assets. What happened to these guys? What happened to these guys? And you're going to see if they release the Kennedy stuff, if they release the stuff with Epstein, if they release any of this stuff, you know what's going to happen with the trust in the U.S. government under this administration? Watch it skyrocket. If they...
Hold up. Okay, this part right here, this is where they start hitting you with that emotional appeal. It's not about the facts anymore. It's about how you feel about it. Listen, don't let emotions cloud your judgment. People will throw out these emotional triggers, and suddenly you're not thinking logically anymore. Watch out for that. It's all part of the game.
come through on their promises.
Did they not just announce that there are two shooters in
They
the
did.
JFK
Yeah, Anna
assassination?
Paulina, I think, said there's two shooters.
But that's not an official document that's been
yet.
released. Okay.
Not yet. But again, they have a big opportunity. By the way, Steve, if they do this, this isn't like a small situation. This is a big flip. If all of those guys, if they go to Fort Knox and they look and they're like, yeah, they said there's $400 billion of gold, there's only $20 billion. How are you going to react to that? Who are you going to lose trust in?
Oh, man,
it's just a lot of things.
Auditing, how do you audit Fort Knox? I mean, because let's say you got all the people counting the bars. Like, you got to test the gold to make sure that it's not been replaced with, like, some fool's gold. It's a tricky thing, and it's a really strong argument for Bitcoin.
It is, but more importantly, imagine Trump and Musk go in. You think they're going to have the camera on? You think their guys are going to be comfortable with the camera being on? What do you think? Actually visualize what that looks like. Do you think they're just going to go and come out and say, the gold is here? Or you think they're going to come out and say, get the camera ready. Let's go. Open a door. Boom. Nothing's there. Or 20 billion's there. Or let's check the gold. Let's verify the gold. You don't think the people that are in there are shitting bricks? By the way, God willing, it's all in there. And there's no conversation here.
If it's not, what does that do to the price of gold?
Wait. Slow down. Congress has been asking for an audit for 5, 6, 7 years.
Hasn't happened in
And
70.
they've been consistently stonewalled. That surely got to tell you something. You know, if it was all there, it would be pretty easy to make that problem go away.
I got another problem that's easy to make go away. Your cat's crappy diet. It doesn't want to be eating kibble, and kibble's not even that great for it compared to Smalls. Smalls is actual food. You put it in the refrigerator because it's like real, high protein, nutrient dense, actual food that's healthy for your cat. Let's make this problem go away. Let's make your cat happy and healthy, and let's do it by giving you 50% off plus free shipping. That's 50% off your first order if you go to smalls.com and use the promo code STEVO. SMALLS.com. Use the promo code STEVO for this healthy, actual cat food, and you get free shipping plus 50% off. Do it if you love your cats. Do it to make them happy. And let's get back to it. So we're probably talking about a Fort Knox that does not have anywhere near the amount of gold that it's supposed to have. If that's the case, and if that's proven to be the case, the price of gold is going up dramatically. Is that right?
How the market reacts, it would make you think what? It's even more scarce? Like, where is that gold? Who has it? Those who have it, it's fewer. That could have the effect there. Bitcoin could have a big bump, like a 25 to 50% bump immediately. Some of these coins could also react.
Then everybody wants to get out of the ETFs. What happens to the gold ETFs?
That one, I don't know how that's going to react.
I'll tell you what
It's like a bank run on the ETFs.
Steve, what I did, I've got the ETF, the gold is stored in the Canadian Mint.